Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents another episode of The Corner. This is the Corner Definitive Take. Now, I'm doing this because on the eve of what is to be perceived a very important release for a lot of people who are DC fans, I decided that we needed to do a definitive take, a really quick definitive take on the one and only Harley Quinn. So that is basically why I am here to do that for you today. So again, if you are joining me, hit that like button, please. Like this tells you to do, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on the channel, whether it's live streams, interviews, shorts, anything we got going on, you are in the now and you are ready for it. So definitely we are going to dive in on today's festivities. Now, again, of course, it is going to be the definitive take for Harley Quinn. But before we actually dive into that, I do want to do some house cleaning really quick. Halloween initiative, full-fledged ahead. Again, started on August 26th. It's running until October 25th. This right here is to basically make sure that kids have costumes for the holiday season. Even if you don't basically donate here, you can actually donate at your local charity, your local neighborhood. And again, all super chats, and proceeds goes towards such a worthy cause. I want to give a shout out to my man Rusty Bronco for donating 2 big boxes of costumes. Definitely want to thank him for that, and also thank the kids and everybody out there who's been donating super chats from the very beginning. Thank you very much for that, because we definitely appreciate it. We are in need and we do appreciate what you've actually given us so far. Now, before we actually jump into today's festivities, I want to give a super duper shout out to the places where we get these figures from, starting with my bro over there at Underground Figures, Ray, all day, every day. If you're looking for the latest and greatest, make sure you head on over there. He'll take care of you. Sign up for that newsletter so you will always up to date as to what's happening over there at his store. He always has everything that you were looking for to proceed. So definitely hit him up. Also, Taylor to Rays, we got my man Ray over there at Hogwarts Toys. Again, if you're looking for those grails, he got it for you. Comic books, stickers to boot. He's just basically the source for 1/6 scale collectibles and anything that you're looking for. And if he can't find it, he'll get it for you. So make sure you head over there, hit him up, and he'll definitely take care of you, because that is my guy Ray, all day, every day Ray, as always. Also want to give a super duper shout out to my man Watch Your Sixth over there, Comic Relief and Comic Collectibles. If you were looking for comics, 1/10 scale, 1/12 scale, quarter scale, he got it for you. He'll definitely take care of you. So hit him up and he got you. He's the man with the master plan, as always. And last but not least, got to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Mod Your Case, Mod Your Space, because that is what it is. Okay, what it is. Now, before we dive in, definitely want to make sure that you guys are settled in for it, because we are prepping for tomorrow's event, which is going to be the release of, or actually the reveal of Harley Quinn, of course. And this is going to be the artisan version of Harley Quinn. But today we are here to basically discuss what is the definitive version of Harley. So we're going to go through a few. We're going to try to get through it as quickly as possible, because I know you got some stuff going on. I got work. So we're going to actually breeze through this as quickly as possible, right? Starting with, again, from the very beginning up until now. You ready for that ride? You ready to do that? Let's get it going, right? Let's get that going. Let's do it, right? Okay, so we're going to basically start with the Suicide Squad version of Harley. This was the very first time we got a chance to see Margot Robbie's interpretation of, you already know who it is, the one and only, the beautiful Harley Quinn. And I think that Margot Robbie portrayed this character so well. She did a beautiful job at making sure that this character was displayed. Again, such a beautiful piece. I have the deluxe version that came with the jacket. For a long period of time, people might have actually looked at this and thought it was definitive. But, of course, had a couple of hang-ups, because the thing is, it only came with one head sculpt, and it means you can only pose this figure one way. But it did come with an assortment of actual accessories. You got her pistol, you got 2 bats, you got all the accessories, bells and whistles, pocketbook, you got the jacket, backdrop, we got her mallet, that came with it, all her, jewelry, the bag that she basically stole in the movie. So you got a chance to get that. So it's definitely an incredible figure, but it was met with a lot of trepidation, mainly because of the joints. But I'm here to tell you, if you have this piece in your collection, it is incredible. Like literally, I can't say anything else better than that. It is an incredible piece. I'm glad I have it. It looks good. It does bode well. Still stands the test of time. But again, it did come with those joints. It wasn't as unsightly as you think because, again, at least this sort of covers it up. You can see with the elbow joint. You couldn't see any elbow joints or anything here. So for its time, it was definitely a good piece. So I wanted to talk about this piece as being one of in the running for definitive. But was it really? Then we also get to this particular version. Now, here is the version that a lot of people, I think this one right here was one that was actually also sought after. That this was the first time we actually got her, not with the sculpted hair, but more so like it's not an artisan, but this is mainly the rooted hair version that we got her with the infamous stripper pole or the pole itself, all the jewelry. This is her in that black and white dress. The only thing about this particular version is, again, because it's revealing more skin, so you can't help but see all the joints. I don't know why they didn't actually lean more towards a seamless version. Now, I know that they said basically with the Fison bodies, it was harder to get the tattoos on them. But I mean, come on, man. With technology today, I'm pretty sure you could have found a way. You could have found a way. There was a way to do it. There had to be some way that you can actually do it. But still, beautiful figure. You know, can't hold him on that one. It is definitely an amazing figure. It was beautiful. It did come with the pole as a diorama. You know, all the accessories that came with this. Plus, it was a beautiful head sculpt. You got a chance to see Margot Robbie with that amazing smile. So definitely is a dope piece and a dope assortment to have in your collection. But was it the definitive version? We're not ready to say that yet. Next up, we got the infamous jail. This is the ending scene. This was basically the final scene or at the end of the actual movie when she was in prison. After they succeeded, she got a chance to get her Keurig machine, you know, her coffee maker, which she asked for. Nice little book. You got the jail outfit itself. I like this head sculpt. It's a little bit more subtle, but it doesn't look like Margot Robbie to me. It just, I don't know. It's something about it was off. It's not to say it was a terrible sculpt, because it wasn't. It's just something that was a bit off on that. I don't know what it was, but it was a bit different. I'll just say that, a bit different. Wasn't what I expected, but it was definitely a bit different from, you know, the versions that I know, you know, we got earlier, like the early interpretations. You know, but again, I do like the sculpt. I love like the colorway with that. Again, it came with the backdrop. It came with the phone as well. You know, her coffee, you know, you got the slippers. So it did come with, you know, just a few things. Book that came with it as well. I don't know if this was actually sought after, but I know it was a piece that, you know, people were going after. So again, even though met with some trepidation, I'm not ready to say it. I would never say that this was the definitive piece, but still dope for what it was. You know what I mean? For what we got from it, it was still decent. So I'll actually say that, and I can't say that enough. Now moving on, because I want to actually, because I got to look this up real quick. Sometimes this wants to do its own thing. Let me find it. I got to actually find here and put this in really quick. We're going to move on to now we got like more updated versions of Harley, because again, we're talking about, we're going to get to that one next. We'll get to that one later. But what we're talking about right now is just a few of the versions that we actually got from her previous iterations. Now we're moving on to, I believe, the Emancipation, you know, so this is basically going to be like the Emancipation of Harley Quinn. So there were different versions that we got from that. We'll start with this version right here, because this was the version the interpretation that we got earlier on in the very beginning. This is the one that came with the tape jacket. Of course, they call his the caution tape jacket version, which definitely was a dope design. The head sculpt you see was definitely a slight improvement, slightly there from, I mean, it was, you know, you can say that it was Margot Robbie. I like the outfit itself, but again, there was no innovation with the joints. There was too many joints with this. Jacket was decent, costume was decent, so we did get some things there. Then you got the t-shirt that she could throw on with the you know, she had her gloves, her gauntlets, her sleeves. You had her you know, pipe gun. You know, also, you know, it came with the mallet. It came with like a couple of different things with it. So very decent. You can swap out the actual shoes itself. So she came with 2 pairs of shoes. Of course, her jewelry, it was decent. For what we got from this piece, I can honestly say it was fairly decent. So I won't take away from it. It was definitely a fairly decent version of Harley. But am I ready to say it was the definitive? Nah, I can't. Can't say that. But it was one that I know I have. I have all versions of her because, again, it's Harley Quinn, it's DC, and DC needs to get more love. Moving on from this one, though, this is the one we actually got later on in the film. This was the one, just the regular Harley Quinn version. This is when she was with it was her, Mockingbird, the Huntress. I keep forgetting the cop's name. Montoya, I believe. I think that's what her name was. But again, it came with, more of the overalls, the gold overalls that she actually had. You can still see the shorts, the shirt, but also she had the mallet and some skates. So this time she came with skates. You know what I mean? So you got a chance to get her regular boots, but then she also has some skates. So very decent. I love this head sculpt. I'm not going to front. I absolutely adore the head sculpt. I like it. Just slight expression on it, more serious expression. But I can see Margot Robbie in it, and I really adore the head sculpt. I think it's decent. I love the way it looks. Even though the joints are unsightly, I still have a special place in my heart for this particular piece because it looks good. I don't want to take away from it. It has its points. It has its reasons there. You know what I mean? It came with the skates, the mallet. Again, this is when she broke away from Joker's hold and she became her own person. So again, I thoroughly enjoy. I like it. I like it. I have it. So I'm excited about it. Definitive. I don't know. Well, I'll let you know what my definitive was as soon as we're done. Okay, we'll get there. But now, this is the version, right? Now, this is the version that we are expected to receive tomorrow. Now, I know that there was some trepidation because a lot of people wanted the red dress. A lot of people thought that we would get the red dress version. Consider the simple fact that with this version, we only got a chance to see it on screen I would actually say, all up, the entire show, probably about 4 minutes, two or 3 minutes on screen with this outfit. So we didn't see everything with it, but for what it's worth, still decent. But this is the artisan edition. Now this is basically supposed to make its pre-order debut tomorrow. So basically, I will be doing a live show with this or for this one, and we'll see how we go. Now, one of the biggest things that was drawback for me is the mouth. I don't understand why they keep doing this with the mouth open. I felt as though that this should have came with 2 head sculpts. It definitely should have came with 2 head sculpts, but it didn't. It is what it is. But we get it with the bazooka. You get the bag that goes with it. She has her pistol. She also comes with the javelin. So you can actually get that. Beautifully tailored with the black and red suit. So I do like that. I will give them that. I like, because this is more of your classic interpretation of Harley Quinn. So they did get the color scheme right. So I like that they did that. Her leather jacket, her corset, her pants, her boots, her belts with her signature HQ Harley Quinn insignia. And again, this is more so of the wool hair interpretation. So I like it. I'm not going to take away from it. I'm not going to hate on it. I think it's decent. I think from what for the most part, what you're getting from this is decent. You know what I mean? So and a lot of people will probably look at this and say it is the definitive version of Harley Quinn for them. But again, it's up to debate. I think that's depending on a person's own interpretation of what they want and what's going to look good in their collection. So, I don't know. Is it the definitive for you? Would it be the definitive for me? I doubt it. Now, here's the thing. I'm still going to get it because of the simple fact that it's Harley Quinn, it's DC, and I always support DC. And it's artisan. It's really the chase for an artisan brand. It looks really, really good. I think it's decent. So I'd be a fool not to try to get this piece in my hand. You know what I mean? But now I think it looks good. It looks good. It's a great piece. It definitely is an amazing piece to have. So I don't know. Just depends. It depends on what you think and if you're going after it. I will be going live tomorrow around 12. is when we'll do it. 12:30 is when we'll actually go live, or 12:15, I think. But we'll try to actually get it. Now, the biggest question to you guys, I already know, is this, and what is my, what would it, the biggest question to you guys, and I know what you're asking right now. Lael, what is the definitive version for you? What is the definitive Harley Quinn? We had the original, which was the, Suicide Squad version. We had her with her, her street look. You had the dress, when she worked at the club with the Joker, and you had the jail cell look. You had the Emancipation version, both looks, the tape jacket, the overalls. You had that. And then you have this one. So what would I say, in my opinion, is the definitive, right? Well, here's the thing. I would say, to me, I would probably say, and I have to see a bit more of this. I got to see a bit more of this to really, really name it or say it's the definitive version. It's just something about, I can't really pin it, but I can't say that the new version from Suicide Squad 2, the James Gunn version, I can't say that that is my definitive Harley Quinn yet. It's because, again, that head sculpt, something about it is a bit off. And the mouth open, and the simple fact that they don't give us two head sculpts with it. I wish they did, but they didn't. So I don't know. It's up in the air. I'm glad they're going to do it, and I'm going to go after it. But do I basically consider that my definitive? Am I going to basically call that my definitive? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't. I'm just not in that space to basically say it is my definitive version. For me, mainly for me, and I know everybody has their own picks, but for me, the one that I'd say is most special to me, just because of the way it looks, and I think that there's something about it that is extraordinary, and it's endearing, and it's just attractive as a figure, and it's one that you would have on your collection that I think would look good with everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say this, but my definitive version is none other than this version. This version right here, which is the overalls. This is because I adore this head sculpt. Something about this head sculpt just speaks to me. I think it's amazing. I love the jewelry. I love the overalls. I love the gold shade. And again, everybody may have their own interpretation, but this for me, I don't know. It's something about it that I love. It's subtle. Her mouth isn't open. It's just that really, really sneaky, or it's like one of those looks where you don't know how to take her. But I will say that for me, it's just my defense, because it pops on my display. No matter who I put her with, it pops. Right now, I have her with Wonder Woman. I have her with Katana and Batman, the Midnight, or the Nightmare Batman. Just have my own look, like a street level crew. But this looks good to me. I love this piece. I wish they would have did this in Artisan. Actually, I wish they would have did the original in Artisan and just changed the sculpt to give us two head sculpts. I don't know why they don't, because she's a very expressive person. She's expressive. She molds a lot of expression through her face. So I wish they would have did that, but they didn't. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. This is my definitive piece. I love this piece. So this is my definitive take on this figure. You may have something different. Let me know in the chat what's going to be your definitive figure and what's going to be your definitive Harley Quinn. Maybe you'll wait till tomorrow. Once we get the other one and you see that one, that might be your definitive version. But for me, this is my definitive version of Harley Quinn. Right? Here's what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. I told you it's going to be quick. I just wanted to give you my quick interpretation, my definitive take. Tune in tonight. We will basically be doing, or by the time you see this, I would have already have done Say What Wednesday. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to see you later on. And then tomorrow, join us for basically the live show when we'll be talking about, or we'll be trying to do what we can to get this piece. Have a blessed day, an incredible evening. And as always, this right here has been my definitive take. Peace.